How's everyone feeling out there? We good? Yeah, I'm back. Sorry I missed, I think it was Friday I missed, guys. I apologize. Went to a wedding. My good friend, Doug, my drummer in the band, Revenge Beast of mine. And he got married. It was an awesome wedding. We were out in near Gettysburg, but in Maryland. And I stopped over at Gettysburg. Um, Great time, really, really good time. Everything went really great. I love it out there. Who's out there? What's going on, everybody? How's everyone doing tonight, today, whatever it is? Yo, Dido, how are you, dude? Yeah, I bet you are hearing that Eric Johnson vibe, right? I've been doing a lot of listening and studying of Eric Johnson. Hopefully, I'm not ripping him off too much, but I definitely have been trying to incorporate his vibe into my solo stuff. Among other players, obviously, there's a lot of people that I influenced by, but yeah, I've been really, really influenced by Eric Johnson recently, specifically his instrumental stuff. I'm not really a big fan of his vocal songs, uh, but all his instrumental music I really love. Big, big fan. Well, thank you, Dido. I appreciate it. Anyway, um, so yeah, getting ready to leave for the El Nino tour in Europe. We got 2 weeks, um, all over Europe, playing a lot of big festivals, doing the Hellfest Festival, Metallica. Maybe you heard of them before, and yeah. Rob wants to know any new ideas brewing solo wise. I got a lot of new ideas. I basically have a whole record ready to record. I'm just working on where I'm going to record it and exactly when I will do it, but. Yeah, hopefully soon, I definitely need to get a new solo record out. I agree. Corey says Spin Kick City. Oh, it's Dido. Sorry, Dido, not Dido. Dido. Sorry, bro. I should have known that. So, yeah, what you call it? Yeah, I will be doing a lot of spin kicks. Obviously, with El Nino, I always did it, um, and I'm still doing it. I do enjoy doing it. It's a lot of fun. Now it's the time to ask questions, talk music, anything you want to talk about. I don't shy away from nothing. So bring it. Let's talk. Edwardian says, "Is Joe Nunez still working in music?" That's a great question, Edwardian. Me and Joe, we kept in touch for a very long time. Um, we were working on a project together that I was only going to do guest guitar solos on. He had all the music already written with his band. They're freaking awesome. The band was called Return Fire. I think you can find a couple of songs on YouTube. Return Fire. Great name for a band. Music was awesome. Thrash metal. It was incredible thrashy stuff. I loved it. About maybe 4 years ago, I flew out to Chicago, stayed with Joe. We went into the studio, and all I did was solos, just solos. I had nothing to do with the writing on that record. And I made it very clear to everybody in the band that I can't commit to the band full time. I would love to do shows with them. I still would love to do it because I really love the music. I don't know what happened. I lost touch with Joe. If anyone has seen Joe, tell him I said hello. I hope he's well. He doesn't answer me no more. I don't know what's up, why, or whatever. But all I know is that we were talking about doing some gigs together. Again, I was not able to commit full time to the band because I was touring at the time with Soulfly, doing my solo thing. Maybe we'll do something in the future. I don't know. But he kind of fell off the face of the earth. And if you see him, tell him I said hello. But it was a great project, Return Fire. I did have a good time doing that project. So maybe they're still doing their thing. I have no idea. Nobody's responding to me, so I don't know. You find out. Let me know. With that being said, it's important for friends, I think, to stay in touch, man. You know what I'm saying? It really is, man. I've lost some friends over the last couple of years, and I don't understand when people don't respond to you. It's just a sad thing because, when someone is gone, they're gone forever. So, make sure you always keep in touch with people. You guys keep in touch with me too. I like to hear from everybody. I care about people. Anyway, what else, guys? Ask away. Now's your time. I enjoy talking. You know what? I'd rather do Q&A like this than do interviews because I'm so tired of doing interviews with like major magazines or major radio. Well, not radio. Radio's cool. But where they change my words. That drives me absolutely bananas when I do an interview and then the interviewer changes my words, puts words in my mouth that I never said. So I would rather talk like this with everybody, just answering questions that you have because there's no changing my words right here. This is just live. So for me, this is awesome. And for a long time, I was being held back from doing interviews. Years ago, I used to do a lot of interviews, but probably the last couple of years that I was in Soulfly, I was held back from doing interviews. You draw your own conclusions to why. So for me, this is awesome to be able to go on live YouTube here, or when I do my Facebook lives, and hang out and talk with you guys and answer questions, because you get the truth, you get the words out of my mouth, nothing changed or filtered. And for me, this is great because I really like talking truthfully about things. So. And Mario wants to know, do you still keep in touch with Jardel Paisante? Yes, not as much as we should. You know what? I'm going to hit him up today. Now that you said that you reminded me. We reconnected during the pandemic when we did that El Nino live feed last year, and it was great to see him. I love Jardel. He's an awesome dude. He came down to that live shoot with his kids. It was great to meet his kids. Jardel's just an awesome dude, man. I always had a great time hanging with Jardel. He's a great guitar player. It was always fun playing with him in El Nino. And he's doing great. He's a family man. He's got kids. I don't think he still lives in New Jersey. I don't think he's that far from me, maybe about an hour away. But yeah, I will shoot him a message after this live feed and say hello, because we do keep in touch now. Actually, the last I saw him, I'm sorry, he came to the New York City El Nino show at Gramercy Theater, and we hung out for a little bit, talked, and again, it was great to see him. So yeah, no, he's an awesome dude, Jardel, man. He's got a lot of respect for Jardel. And it's great that he's still in Jersey, because the band originated out of New Jersey. The whole El Nino sound, the vibe, it originated here in Jersey. It was a New Jersey thing. Everything about the band was Jersey. Have you ever thought about working with Jorge Rosado? I would love to. Jorge is my boy. I keep in touch with him a lot. We talk online a lot. He's in Brooklyn. I'm in Jersey. And when I see him, it's always awesome. I saw him at the El Nino video shoot once again. And it's always great to catch up with George, man. He's such a talented, funny dude, man. Always got cracking jokes, man. just good vibes, man. So we've always talked about it for years, and honestly, I would love to do get in the studio and do some stuff with him and Marauder, and we have talked about it. Um, I think as soon as everyone's schedule allows it, I will get into the studio and track some songs. I hope with Marauder because I'm a big Marauder fan. So let's see what happens. Hopefully we can make it work. The spoon is driving me crazy. Sorry guys, driving me nuts. Good question though. Jorge's the man. Yeah, I always tell people, man, you got to get down with Marauder because Marauder, uh, I think, was probably one of the greatest bands that come out of New York. Marauder and Biohazard. I mean, there was many others, obviously, Agnostic Front, Sick of It All, Madball, Cro-Mags, but for me, man, Marauder just really, they nailed the recipe down of mixing metal um, with hardcore and with awesome guitar playing, man. I always loved the guitar playing Marauder. I thought Saab was rest in peace, was an incredible rhythm guitar player, writer, wrote all these awesome riffs, and they had their lead guitar player, Anthony, that was incredible. And my boy Rob plays for them now, and he's an incredible guitar player too, man. So I really think Marauder should have got a lot more popular. They should have been on Pantera status, in my opinion. And when Marauder was in their prime, dude, they probably were one of the greatest, heaviest bands of all time. Any stories about the early days of El Nino, back when it was called El Nino? Uh, yeah. I mean, I was younger, a lot younger. I was probably, when I first joined El Nino, I was about 20 years old. I was the young kid in the band. I wasn't very experienced with touring at all. Um, and I actually quit that version of the band school, which is pretty funny because I'm not really a school kind of person. um, but yeah, I left and then I came back. And then when I came back, Jorge had left, and that's when Chris started singing for the band. But it was great. That version of El Nino, looking back at it, man, I really love the demo we put out with Jorge. You can find it on YouTube somewhere. I know it's up. You can find some of the videos if you put El Nino 1997, 98. There's a lot of really good videos um, with me playing guitar. I played my classic black Gibson Les Paul at that time, which I still have. I recorded Revolution with it. I did all the demos for El Nino with that guitar. And it was great, man. That was a great version. I think that version of the band should have got a deal and hit the road and also done some really good things. But we were more of a hardcore band at that time with a Latin influence. There really was no new metal thing going on with the band. I personally never liked new metal. I don't think Jorge did either. Um, we were coming out just as like a straight up New York hardcore metalcore influence band, but with a Latin influence. We were starting to experiment with the percussion. I started experimenting with some of the acoustic ideas, but it was a hardcore band, and I loved it. We should re-release that demo with Jorge, man. I would love to do more stuff with Jorge, man. He's one of the most underrated hardcore metal singers I think of all time, man. But the people that know, they know that he was an OG and still is. Uh, El Nino riffs. Favorite El Nino riffs. I'm gonna say probably the songs. Not to toot my own horn, blow my own head up, but the songs that I brought to the table that I wrote on that Revolution record, I'm gonna say "Rip Out Your Eyes" was a song that I wrote that I brought to the table. But Shivari had a lot to do with the arranging too. We always worked together, arrangements together, and riff ideas. He was always involved. But yeah, "Rip Out Your Eyes," and yeah, Cortez was dope, man. You can find that demo on YouTube also, guys. So go look for it, man. Um, and then if you still hate me was another riff that and song that I brought to the table, and I like to think I kind of brought the more of the heavier songs because I was never really into the whole new metal thing. That was more of something like Chris was into was the new metal influence. I was never really a new metal fan. It grew on me as the years went on, but I was always more coming from more of a hardcore, more of a metal, death metal background. Um, so I was always trying to come up with more of the heavier riffs, more busy technical riffs. Also, another great one was "When It Cuts." That was a song that I wrote for Confessions that really showcased the sound I was looking to go into with El Nino, which was more busy riffs, more metal. I was hoping to start incorporating solos. We never got that far at that time, but now we're doing it. That's the cool thing with this new El Nino record is that the guys want me to do solos and bring some more technical style of riffs to the table, and I'm excited for that because that was a sound I always wanted to go with Il Nino. Um, but it never really at that time, the new metal thing was big, and I don't know. That was actually kind of rift between me and Chris back in those days. It was that I was the metal head. I was into busy technical riffing, and he was the more like simplistic new metal guy that just wanted like simple, you know, corn style riffs. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it just really wasn't my cup of tea. I was always more into metal and technical metal. So yeah, When It Cuts was a great song. Let me see if I remember it. Hold on. It was in a drop tuning. The El Nino sound was always drop tunings, which was something I don't do. I'm not into drop tunings at all. But let me see. Who's the most classically trained, disciplined musician I ever worked with? Trying to think. I don't know. I really haven't been with too many trained musicians in the metal world. Unfortunately. I mean, I grew up with a lot of players. Probably the guy that I was probably most influenced by growing up. Still, is a good friend of mine. Is my good friend Dennis Kimack. He taught me basically everything on guitar. He's a little bit older than me, about 5 years, and um, he was a very when I was younger. Like when I started taking lessons when I was about 12, 13 years old. So he was already like 17, 18. He went to Berkeley College, and he really opened up my mind to a lot of theory, classical, jazz. So I would say my good friend Dennis Kanek, and we still jam together. He's still a good friend of mine. He still lives in my area, same town actually, where I and he's a legend around New Jersey. It's funny. We'll go out and we'll go to bars and stuff, and everybody knows him, because he's played the New Jersey bar cover band scene, which was a pretty popping scene back in the day, and he's still doing it. I mean, a lot of cover bands I know are struggling, getting gigs, but he's still gigging. He's like a local legend around here. He's the local guitar hero shredder that taught everybody around New Jersey, northern New Jersey. And he's just known, man, he's probably definitely one of the most schooled musicians that I was exposed to and I studied with, and he really taught me almost everything I know. I learned so much from him. So your rhythm playing is solid. Thank you, Dito. Especially when you play thrash, it seems like it's natural to you. Well, I love thrash. I always say thrash metal is my favorite style of music. Um, you can hear that thrash vibe on my solo records. I definitely brought that vibe to Soulfly, I mean, with songs like Frontlines and that type of riffing. I love that stuff, and I love rhythm just as much as I love solos. I always find it funny when people say, "Oh, he's just a shredder." It's like, yo, man, I love rhythm guitar. I love playing thrash rhythm. I love rhythm guitar just as much as I love doing solos. Um, so yeah, I mean, I'm definitely more of a thrash metal kind of guy. What was that? Edwardian, did you say my best live performance? So many, man. I got so many good memories of great shows, but I'm definitely always going to do my solo gigs just because what I love about my solo gigs is the simplicity of just showing up, plugging in my iPod with my backing tracks, and just letting it rip. There's no spin kicks going on, it's just me there and playing my guitar um, as tight as possible to the best of my ability. There's no gimmicks. It's just me jamming and just putting all my tension on playing super tight. So for me, it's always going to be my solo gigs, man. I just really love instrumental guitar music. I've always been a fan of instrumental, and I'll tell you, man. I always say to people that I'm one of the luckiest guitar players in the world that I can just get up on stage and just play guitar by myself. I'm so lucky that people pay me and book me to do my solo gigs with my backing track. I'm so lucky that people dig it. If I didn't live in Jersey, where would I want to live? Probably go with Florida, man. I love Florida. I just love how the weather is just always awesome down there, basically all year long. Or Texas. I love Texas, man. Big fan of Texas. Did you ever write any for Cavalier? You're damn right I did, Dito. I wrote a lot in Cavalier Conspiracy, a lot. I was definitely a major part of the writing process. Anyone that wants to question that, put up any live video of Cavalier Conspiracy over the last 10 years, 12 years, whatever it's been. and you will clearly see I got two hands on the guitar and I'm playing. Um, you know, I had a major part in the riffing and the writing, and that's what made that band so cool. Was the riffing and the writing of Max's simplistic ideas and me kind of doing more busy riffing solos. We had a writer partnership like that, but the powers that be want to deny it and want to make it seem like I had nothing to do with the writing, which, you know, whatever. I could care less at this point, guys. You know, I live a cool life. I got freedom to do whatever I want to do, and I got my solo records, and you know what, man? That's all good with me, dude. You guys all know the truth, and that's all that really matters. So, boom. What else, man? What else you guys want to know? Keep talking. So, yeah, I definitely had a lot to do with that stuff. And you're gonna hear it. You know, my new solo record, I definitely plan on, and my new band Revenge Beast, I definitely plan on keeping that vibe, because I do love those records, the Cavalier Conspiracy records. I put my heart and soul on those records. I put a lot of hard work in the studio, hours coming up with riffs and trying to experiment and come up with new different ideas. But I'm gonna keep that vibe going with Revenge Beast. You're gonna get that style of riffing that you know me for, and also in my solo projects. You know, that's what I plan on doing. And the best part of that stuff is nobody in Revenge Beast, and obviously my solo project, is trying to take that credit away from me. So it's all good, man. Did you really fight Christian back in the day? Yes, I attacked him. I wouldn't say we got into a fight. It was me going at him. That's all I'm gonna say, basically, and him not wanting to fight me. You know, but he had said some things that was just very much uncalled for. I'm sure he agrees it was uncalled for, and just very rock starish of him. And you know, it is what it is, man. You know, shit happens. That's life. So it was a long time ago, though. I'm over all that stuff. What else, man? This is my beautiful diamond guitar, guys. I've been using this for a while now, I think about a year. And it's just a great guitar, you know. I mean, I've always said how much I love SGs. I got the beautiful little C Brown SG at home that I've been playing a lot. And this is kind of like an SG. And Diamond, I'm hoping they're going to send me more of these, but I haven't talked to them in a while, so I don't know. We'll see what happens. What was that, Dito? I missed that question. I think you said, I don't know what it was. If you ask me again, man. These questions, they disappear like in a second, and sometimes I don't see them. Oh, do I boost my amp live? Like distortion boost, or do you mean volume boost? No, either one. I don't do either. I basically just go through my amp, dude. I'm not a gear guy. I've always said this. I just like having a beautiful SG style guitar. I love EMG pickups, and I like to basically go straight through an amp. If it, you know, my favorite amp is a 6505. I love old Marshalls. If the amp needs a little more boost, I will hook up a Boss. I like the Boss DS1, is it? The orange distortion pedal. I love that pedal. I love the tube screamers. Listen, I'm not picky with gear, man. I've always said that, man. For me, it's all about technique and what I'm doing with my hands. That's the most important thing. But as far as gear, like I said, I love anything that's like a Gibson SG. I love EMG pickups. I'm not switching. I mean, people are always trying to push different pickups on me, and I love EMG. And then for amps, like right now, I'm using a little Roland Microcube. It's tiny, you know. I'll pick it up maybe later and show you, but it's a tiny little amp. I do like a little delay, which the Cube comes with, but I'm not picky, man. You know, I really, as long as the amp isn't blown out, that's the most important thing. Is that it's in good condition. The speakers are in good condition. Yeah, I think EMGs are the best, man. I know a lot of people are hyping up some new companies like the Fishman. I think Fishman is great. They sound cool. I've been asked to use them. I have used them in the past, but I love EMG, man. I'm loyal to EMG. I really, every time I A/B guitars, man, it's like you put an E and G in any guitar and it's gonna sound great, man. Yeah, this guitar sounds great. What's cool about this guitar is how thin it is. Look at that. I mean, it's like I'm gonna say it's like a half inch thick. It's insane. It's so light, and for especially with El Nino, because I'm still jumping around and doing the spin kicks and stuff. It's just so light, man. It really, it's awesome to jump around and not have to worry about the thing cracking me in the hip. I love how seamlessly you integrate all influences you're playing. Where did you find? I'm sorry, that question disappeared, man. You got to ask again. Sorry about that. Well, I appreciate you appreciate my playing, man, because I love playing guitar, man. I'm obsessed with the guitar. I play all day long. And when I don't, I get depressed. The last 2 days, unfortunately, I was driving all over the place to get to this wedding down in Gettysburg, and I actually didn't play guitar for 2 days. I've never done that in my life. That's like the first time I've gotten 2 days without playing guitar. And you want to know something? It was miserable. I was depressed. I wasn't happy. So. What else, man? What do you guys want to know? Inquiring minds want to know. Now's the time. You guys got great questions. Dito wants to know, you didn't expect it to be that thin. Yeah, it's awesome, man. Les Pauls are too. I love Les Pauls, but they're too thick. Let's pretend you're putting an EMG and an SG. I like 8185s, but I know they do have these new passive pickups EMG makes now. I think they've been out for a couple years. They sent me a pair. I got to put them in one of my guitars. I probably will soon. I'm curious to check them out because I do like passive pickups. Actually, about Gibson SGs, honestly, that's the one situation where I really don't want to change the pickups. Like my beautiful brown SG that I've been playing a lot, that has the stock Gibson pickups. I don't want to change them, man. I love that classic Gibson sound. I like that I can go to like a 70s type of bluesy tone with the SG, and then if I need more distortion, crank up my lead. I don't know what kind of wood this is, Dito. I really don't know. Actually, it may not even, I don't even know what it is. I have no idea. I'll have to ask somebody, or I don't know. It's called the Diamond Renegade, I think. So maybe you could look it up online and you tell me what you think it is. They're supposed to be building me a signature, by the way, of this. I don't know what's going on, man. I was supposed to have it a year ago. I don't think they ever made it, so who knows if I'm going to get it. I don't know what's going on, but I do love this guitar. This is one of the most beautiful SG style. What string gauge? I like 10s, 11s. I don't know. I kind of go back and forth. I think with El Nino, I'll be using 11s because we tune. Well, I'm in standard, but I don't do as many solos in El Nino. But I don't know. I like 10s. I think I have 10s on here right now. So 10s or 11s are cool with me. 9s are too light. Too light. Yeah, I like Gibson pickups, man. You know, to me, a Gibson guitar is perfect. I wouldn't change anything. I know you wouldn't change them in the SG. We need a Marc Rizzo EMG discount card code. That's a great idea, Rob. You know what, man? I gotta reach out to EMG and see what's up. You know, because I would love to do a pickup with EMG, and I got some ideas too, which I won't talk about right now because I don't want anyone stealing my ideas. Not that you guys are thieves, but there are people out there that might steal the idea. But I do have an idea for a pickup, and it would be cool. So I should reach out to them and talk to them. It's a good idea, Rob. So hopefully I'll do that. The Rizzo Bucker. I like that. Yo, the limited time offer right now. Pick up the Rizzo Bucker, you motherfucker. I like that. The Rizzo Bucker. That's a good idea. Yeah, man. Well, I think now you may see stuff like that. Now that I'm doing El Nino and putting more time into my solo project, and I got people that are working with me now, you're going to see that stuff. I think we're going to start seeing more signature things now because I know there's a lot more people now that are behind me to push my stuff and push my name. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited for the future here. The last, man, 18 years of my life, a lot of things just were not being done properly for me. And now I'm concentrating on what I believe I deserve. And a lot of signature things is something I think should come out. So a lot of people now are going to be helping me with that, where in the past I was definitely not getting proper recognition and proper support to get my name out there for what I do. So that would be awesome, right, Tito? The signature EMG, the Rizzo Bucker. It's a good idea. How about the Rizzo Mother Bucker? Woo! Okay, I went a little overboard. Yeah, but actually, I think I talked about it a week or two ago in one of my live feeds that I've been talking to Dean, and we're moving forward. I'm hoping to do a signature model, which will be a Dean style SG. We're talking about it. I'm hoping it's going to come out soon. So keep your fingers crossed. I think me and Dean teaming up would be a great thing. I've always loved Dean guitars. I didn't realize that they actually do make an SG shape Dean. I didn't know that. My good friend over at Dean, Chris Canella, who's the rep over there, he made me aware of that, and they look awesome. But apparently they don't make them anymore, and they're hard to find online. I got a birthday coming up, so if any of you guys want to buy me one, send it to me, or an SG. I got a birthday coming up. Send it to me. I would appreciate that, and I'll play it on stage for you, so you'll see your guitar you bought for me and sent me. I know. I'm a ham. Sorry, guys. But, yeah, so Dean makes an SG style guitar, and I'm hoping we're going to make a signature. I haven't decided yet if I want it to be a 6 or a 7 string. I've been playing more 6 string lately. I've been kind of getting away from the 7 string stuff. But we'll see what happens. We'll see. What I like is that this diamond has 24 frets, which is cool because I don't think most SGs have 24, and I do like having 24 frets for stuff like this. I like doing tapping like in octaves. That's like in Rise of the Fallen, right? Man, I haven't played it in a while now. I like that sound. I always have. I gotta work on my tapping. It's been a while. What else you guys want to know? Otherwise, I'm gonna hit my backing tracks and jam, guys. I'm trying to do a long one tonight since I haven't been on in a couple of days. So, yo, any more questions? Now is the time, man. I enjoy talking like this. This is fun for me, especially since, it's been a crazy year. There's a lot of lies being spread. And I would love to, clear the air about what's true and what's a lie. So, shoot, let's talk. Good coffee. All right, what do you think of stuff? I'm here, man. I'm going to jam to my tracks. Hopefully it doesn't get boring for you guys. For me, it doesn't. I love playing my stuff. So, yeah, hopefully I think, so I'm leaving to do this El Nino run in Europe looking forward to it. You know, playing some big festivals. And then I'll be home in July, and I'm working on getting some solo gigs, last minute solo gigs for July, maybe even August. So I will be announcing those soon. So let's keep our fingers crossed that I'm going to come to everybody's city. So if you guys want to book a show with me, hit me up also, right? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really. What we're gonna do, what I was talking with Dean about was, so they're out of Tampa, so I'll probably fly down to Tampa, and we're gonna spend like a week designing this guitar. So hopefully this all happens. I want it to feel like an SG or like this diamond. I like the thin bodies. I like the way an SG is very thin. Only problem with the thin stuff. Look at that, the strap lock button keeps popping out on me because this body's so thin. That's the only problem. But yeah, I mean, basically just make it something exactly like a Gibson SG. I love Gibson SGs. I mean, listen, if Gibson endorsed people like me, I would go over to Gibson, man. I love Gibson. I'm always going to play my Gibson SG and pick up some other ones. But if Dean's willing to build something that's exactly like an SG, then that's kind of the idea. I know we got to kind of tweak it. It can't be exactly, but we'll see what we can do. Yeah, I like the dimes, man. The dime bag guitars are excellent. They're cool. I probably would play one, but it's dime shape. I don't want to. On at home I would play it, but on stage, I mean, to me that's dime bag shape. That's his guitar, man. I feel a little weird playing it live, but they are beautiful guitars. I love those dime guitars, and it's crazy. Once you pick those guitars up, you really can see where Dime was coming from with his playing. It just makes something about the shape of that guitar and the feel. It really makes playing Dime solos just a lot more comfortable, man. It's pretty interesting stuff, Nice, man. I have the SG I have is the, what is it called? It's not the Studio. I forgot the name of it, but it's a great guitar, man. It's my favorite guitar. I don't really take it out of the house unless it's a solo gig like local, but I'll never go on an airplane with it, man. They beat the crap out of your gear. All right, let's do some jamming. Let's do it. It's time. Keep asking questions, guys. I'm here to talk. With ESP, that's a good question, Dito. Have you toured places as the most beautiful women? Sure, but I'm very happy right now. I have a beautiful girlfriend who is actually here right now. Why don't you say hello? Say hello to everybody. So I'm gonna say right here at home, I got a beautiful woman, very beautiful. That's coming home is the most beautiful woman for me. Tickle, tickle, tickle. And she bought me a beautiful Gibson SG. Get yourself a woman that buys you a guitar, otherwise it's not love. Anyway, Dito, what was the question again, Dito? I forgot now. I'm losing my mind, guys. Sorry. I'm getting old. I'm forgetting things. All right, I'm going to jam. Ask that question again. Oh, the ESP. Good question, Dito. Yeah, I love the ESP Vipers. I was playing that when I first joined Soulfly. I was playing the Vipers. I loved them. I was with ESP. I was endorsed. Rob says, hi, little C. So anyway, yeah, the ESP Viper is a beautiful guitar. I love it. I don't own one anymore. I think I gave a lot of the ones I had to friends. I've given a lot of guitars to friends of mine over the years. But ESP kind of, I love the company. I really do. I think it's great. There's little C right now commenting. So ESP, I love. I have a couple personal things that I won't really talk about, which is why I left ESP. One of them being they had a guy over there that was just really rude to me. That was the rep about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, maybe. That's when I left, I think. And a lot of people left because they just didn't like dealing with this one specific person. He just wasn't being cool to a lot of people. He has since apologized to me, and I accept his apology now. But at the time, I just was fed up. I was asking for simple things, and they weren't hooking me up. And I just was ready to move on. And this specific person was giving me a hard time about playing acoustic guitars with Yamaha, who was giving me, acoustic stuff. And you spelled Columbia wrong, by the way.
No, I
And
didn't.
thank you, Dito. Dito says he loves you too. She's a very lovable girl. So so yeah, they were giving me a hard time. ESP back then didn't make acoustic guitars, you know. Thanks, Dito. She definitely has a lot of energy. She's a great girl. She does all my video stuff too. She's super talented. And if you guys want to do a music video, hit us up because we do videos together, and we can come out to you, or you can come here to my beautiful studio, Rippin' Shreds, where we do all our videos. But private message me. Anyway, so ESP, the specific rep that was there 15 years ago, I think it was, was not cool. You know, I mean, that's like one of the coolest jobs I think to have is be a rep at a guitar company. So to not be cool to artists, it's like, you know, that makes no sense to me. And I wasn't the only one saying that. A lot of people left because of this person. Anyway, so he was giving me a hard time about playing acoustics with like Yamaha, but ESP didn't make acoustics. So it's like, how is this an issue? How is that a problem when you don't make acoustic guitars? And especially 15 years ago, I was doing a lot more flamenco, studying flamenco. I had to play, you know, Yamaha because they were giving me stuff, and I loved Yamaha acoustics, you know. So anyway, I said enough's enough, and that's when I left ESP. I stopped working with them. And I went to Yamaha full time with doing electric and acoustics. They were the ones that built me that double neck that I used to use back in the day. And they were cool, you know. Yamaha was cool with me, and I've jumped around over the years. It's really not good of me to do that, I know. I just, listen, I love guitars. I love playing all different types of guitars. So when people would come to me, you know, I jumped around a lot, you know. Yes, I still have the double neck. It's at my house. It's a beautiful, one of a kind, half nylon string, electric double neck that I designed with Yamaha. It's a one of a kind. You're not gonna find that anywhere in the world. It's broke. I got to get it fixed. But it's a beautiful guitar, and that's where I did the Mars Jam, that acoustic piece with Soulfly. And I always used that double neck. You know, it was a one of a kind guitar that I designed with Yamaha. But yeah, maybe one day I'll bring it out. And actually, I didn't even design it for Soulfly. It was originally, I was going to use it with my project Cortez that you guys were talking about. Because in Cortez, I was doing a lot of mixing the acoustic, Latin acoustic nylon string stuff with electric. A lot more than I ever did with Soulfly or Il Nino. And it was going to be my main guitar with Cortez. But when I got the thing, yo, it weighed a ton. It was so freaking heavy that I really couldn't play for a whole set. It just was really uncomfortable. So I would only use it for that one song. And then it got to the point it just got gimmicky playing that thing. The thing weighed a ton, man. They made it way, way too heavy. It should have been a lot more thinner, the body, and lighter. But it is what it is, man. I still have it, though. And I got some other issues with ESP, too, which is why I kind of never went back to ESP. But I do love them. Listen, they do make great guitars. Obviously, everyone endorses them. I do love their stuff. I wouldn't mind talking to them again, too, and see what's up. There was just things from the past with that one rep that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way 15 years ago. But they do make great stuff, man. Pick yourself up in an ESP. They are great guitars, especially that Viper. I do love that Viper. All right, I'm going to jam now. You guys ask whatever you like. I'm here. right now. We got him, though. We got him. All right. In the country up here, man. We get spiders. I Must Kill. You know, it's funny. That's a great song musically. I love that song. I just always hated the lyrics. I'm not really into lyrics like that, man. I never got it. But anyway, I remember we did this one wacky photo shoot where uh, someone had the stupid idea for us to wear shirts, and you can find it online. It was so stupid, man. But I think Matt, it said, what was it? The song was "Must Kill," and then they wanted to wear. Max wanted us to wear shirts. One, I think Igor, his brother, was wearing a shirt that said, what? It was "Kill," "Fuck." Anyway, my choice was to wear a shirt that says "Fuck" or wear a shirt that says "Kill." I think I wore the shirt that said "Kill" because I was like, I'm not wearing a shirt that says "Fuck," man. Like, I'm just not. But yeah, anyway, the photo shoot's online, but it's just, one of those situations where it's like, this is freaking stupid, man. And I'm not into that. I mean, listen, man, I don't like to promote. I mean, I do instrumental music, obviously, but I really don't like to promote any sort of, stuff like that. I don't write songs and music about killing people and stuff. I'm not into that, man. I mean, Slayer is my favorite band of all time, but for me, I'm just, when it comes that are really thought out and talk about things that are a little bit more positive. Um, like we're Revenge Beast, we're going for being a raging death metal band, Um, but I made it very clear with our singer Jay. I was like, I don't want to be part of anything that's like super negative and about killing and gore. I'm not into gore, So it's great. Jay's lyrics and Revenge Beast are very, very well thought out. We talk about a lot of spiritual, mystical, just all types of things that to me are interesting. Like I love history. We try to make things historical. Like a lot of really really cool lyrics instead of stupid stuff about like freaking I don't know gore. And I'm not into that. Anyway, I had to mention that. But yeah, wait till the Revenge Beast record comes out and you read the lyrics that Jay writes. It's great lyrics, man. I'm really super stoked to be in a band with our singer Jay. Anyway, but I did kill that spider. He squashed. It was disgusting. Little C almost had a heart attack here. Poor girl. We live in the country. I'm up in Sussex County, New Jersey. I grew up closer to the city. Um, Edwardian wants to know, did Max playing ever throw me off? You know what, man? I wouldn't say it threw me off because he was never really in my monitor. I always made it clear I didn't want him in my monitor. It didn't throw me off, but what it did do, um, was aggravate me. It really aggravate me how he would just go up on stage and do this a lot of shows and not play. It aggravated me because I felt like that's not fair to the fans, you know. And this is me being honest. You know, I would walk off stage some shows where he would literally just do this the whole show, you know. And to me, it was like, yo, I'm thousands of miles away from my family, my personal life, me pursuing my solo career, and the fans are paying top dollar. Especially we'd go down to like Brazil or parts of the world where people don't make a lot of money and are poor, and we're charging top dollar, you know, to play these big shows, and then charging, you know, they were charging for meet and greets to meet Max, and it to me it was very disrespectful for the fans to get this. Very disrespectful, and honestly, that was a major part of why I didn't want to be there anymore. Because to me, I don't want to be part of that. I don't want to be part of people not giving 100% up there, because I know I'm giving 100%, and it really just didn't feel good, man. There was times where I'd walk off stage and just be so depressed and miserable about that, because, you know, if you're doing this, but I'm doing something. This is clashing with this. And for me, it was embarrassing, you know, and I would walk off stage and I was never a drinker, you know, when I joined the band. I was never into drinking, and I started drinking, I think, to deal with that, to walk off stage and be like, man, this is depressing. This is so depressing. You know, it's not fair to the fans. The fans have paid, and you're doing this the whole show. Like, it's not fair, dude. And that was a big part of me splitting, you know. And a lot of that, you know, being depressed after the show, I started drinking, you know, which is something I don't do anymore, you know. I don't do it, and I don't plan on. It's been a year since I've had any beer or anything. I feel great, and I don't feel I need it. Now that I'm not in that situation anymore that really depressed me, I don't need it. I'm happy. So, you know, in El Nino, everybody rehearses. Everybody's all about putting on energetic 100% show. You know, we're so into that. That's so important to us, and it's so important to me. My solo project with Revenge Beast, you know, getting rehearsal and everybody giving 100%. You know, that's important to me. To me, that's the greatest feeling in the world, is when you walked off stage and you had a great freaking show. It just felt amazing. It's better than any drug in the world. But in that situation, that was not the case. I'd walk off stage and be like so depressed about, what the hell was that? You know, what was that? It's embarrassing, total embarrassment. You know, and I always say it's not even about being a virtuoso and being a shredder. It's about, you know, some of my favorite guitar players are punk rock guitar players. I love Steve Jones from the Sex Pistols, and he would get up there, play 3 chords, and kill it, and did it, you know. Same thing with the Ramones, you know. 3 chords, but you're giving 100%. You're doing it. You're not up there pretending to do it. So for me, that's important. And whoever doesn't agree with me, come talk to me in person. Boom. All right, let's keep rocking. Well, here's one of my favorite songs. Well, thank you, Rob. I'm glad you, thank you. Appreciate it. my battery's gonna go. Story of my life. It's alright. So, yeah, I missed that one last comment about something about getting a photo. I don't know if you meant that towards me or you didn't get it with Max. I don't know what it was. Yeah, I'm always around, man. I mean, listen, man, I always loved going out and hanging out with everybody. It's funny because there's been there's a lot of, I'm sure you've been following the nonsense I've been going through and Little C. And there's a couple fake accounts out there saying, oh, Rizzo hangs out because you bought him a beer or something. Listen, man, even when I was drinking, which I don't do anymore, I was hanging out with people at the bar drinking Red Bull. It was never about alcohol. Yes, people bought me beers, and it always was very, very nice gesture, and I obviously would be very appreciative and hang out with people. That's heavy metal, man. To me, that's what metal is about, is going to the bar and people buying you beer and you buy them a beer, and it's the community of being a metalhead. Now that I don't drink anymore, guess what? I still go to the bar and I hang out. And guess what? I buy Red Bulls, or maybe fans will buy me a Red Bull. And guess what? I appreciate it, and I like hanging out with people. And the people that can't do that, you know what, man? Get out of music. You're in the wrong business, man. If you got to run away and hide, or be like, it's going to affect our meet and greet, you know what, man? Get out of the business. Go become a freaking go work at Walmart or something. You don't belong in this business. You should be hanging out with your fans. You should be talking on the real with people. And I've always done that, whether it was when I was drinking or not drinking. I'm still hanging out with fans. I'm all shit. I'll go to the coffee place down the street and have coffee with people. Like, to me, it's about being social and being cool with people. And if you catch me and we're talking about music, I'll sit there and talk about music all night long because I love it. I love talking about music. I could talk about music, my influences, my favorite guitar players. That's stuff I could talk about all day long. Whether there was alcohol involved or not, I'm still going to be hanging out and talking your ear off about my favorite guitar players. So, boom. Anyway, with that being said, buy me a Red Bull or a beer. I mean, not a beer, a Red Bull or a coffee. That's what I meant. Yeah. Well, I am a fan, Rob. That's right. I never, listen, man, I never got into this because I had rock star aspirations. For me, it's always been about, I love playing guitar. I love the instrument. I love trying to get better at the instrument. That's always my favorite thing. So to sit down and talk to me about that topic is something I can talk about all day long, like we're doing right now. I love sitting here and just doing Q&A and talking about music, man, or fitness. You guys know I love my fitness stuff too. All right, let's keep jamming. Keep the questions coming. Let's rock, everybody. Yo, thank you for that tip too, by the way, Rob. I appreciate that. You guys can now leave tips here, and it's very much appreciated. So thank you. All right, this is one of my favorites, Legionnaire. Legionnaire. So, yeah. What else, guys? What else is going on out there? What are you guys all up to today? What do you want to talk about? Yeah, me too. Me too. A lot of good stuff going on. So, the funny thing about a lot of these feeds that I'm doing, a lot of things I'm talking about, there's people out there that want to try to silence me. And you want to know something? It ain't going to happen. Come talk to me in person, because nobody's going to silence me. Nobody. And there's a lot more things that will be coming out in the future, things I'm going to talk about when the time is right, I'm still kind of gathering my thoughts of a lot of things I've been through the last, 2 decades almost. And being a young kid in the music business coming up and doing what you got to do to kind of get your foot in the door. And, there's a lot of things that I kept quiet about over the years just to get my foot in the door, because it really is such a sketchy business. There's just so much rock star nonsense that goes on and fake, phony stuff. And for a long time, I stayed quiet about a lot of stuff, but those days are over, man, So, yeah, I got some big interviews coming up, and I'm going to talk about a lot of stuff, so be ready, man. I'm excited. It's a long time coming. This is my year, man, and I'm excited now for this big new change in my life, the new direction that we're going it with El Nino and my new solo stuff, Revenge Beast. Like I've been saying for a while now, you haven't seen nothing yet of what I plan on doing musically. What you know me for, I'm telling you, I got way more stuff coming up. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna do one more song for you, and then I gotta get out of here. And I believe tomorrow I'm going live again. So, yeah. I don't know. It's nothing but a sausage party on here. We need more girls on this live feed asking questions. Anyway, and we're having a barbecue tonight on that note. So, all right, this is going to be my last one. This is a favorite, Riddle of Steel. Anyway, all right, man. Thank you guys. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for those tips. Thank you for those great questions. A lot of fun for me to sit here and talk and keep it real with you guys. So, all right, man. Listen, everyone, have a great day. I'll see you tomorrow. I'm on here again. I gotta look at my schedule, but I think around 5:30 or 6:30 tomorrow. All right. Peace, guys. Have a great day. Later.